Hello, how you guys doing? Good day to you. And good evening, or whenever you're seeing this video, around the world or around the United States. Hope you're doing well and hope everything is going well for you. Oops, got a pop up there. Well, I'm gonna show you a short on Umar Johnson, and I know there's been plenty people doing a video on him, but it's just something what. But I'm gonna come at it from a man's point of view. And this one man had me cracking up. He roasted him so bad. Shout out to his channel. But this is Leonard Honor. I'm gonna play a little bit of his video.
If we had, yes, donate to the school, $ FDMG school on your Cash App. $FDMG school on your Cash App. $FDMG school on your Cash App. $FDMG school on your Cash App. If you need to mail in your donation, make it payable to the FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634. P.O. Box 9634. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. That is Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. We appreciate $1, but we would rather have 10. We appreciate $20, but we would rather have 50. We appreciate $50, but we would rather have 100. We appreciate $100, but we would rather have 200. We're trying to renovate a school, brothers and sisters. We're trying to renovate a school. We're not fixing a flat tire. We're not fixing a flat tire. We're not opening up a penny candy shop. We're not selling water ices, okay? We're not selling hot dogs. We're renovating a school. Do you understand? Do you understand? So please, brothers and sisters, give what you can. We're building an institution, okay? We're trying to give our children a chance that we didn't have. That's what we're doing. I don't have to pin it because I done already told you what it is. Don't be lazy. $FDMG school. Don't be lazy. $FDMG school. Before I continue with my message, thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister. All right, Cookie Crush said, thank you guys so much for tuning.
Oh, oh my goodness, this guy's a mess.
It's used car month at all regular locations, and we're stuffed with trade-ins, which means thousands of certified vehicles in the book.
And she said that it was dropped to the side. That's how she knew. So I was just like, when a man is done, he goes to the bathroom. With him, he went and flopped straight to the bed, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. When are you going to go drop that off in, the commode? And he never went. I said, where is the condom? He trying to act like he's out of it. I said, where is the condom? Where'd you put the condom? Because as nasty as he is, he'll kick it under the bed and or not under the bed, but to the side and let somebody else find it. Yeah, he used to just take the condom wrappers off and just throw them. Like, bro, put it on in the dresser or something, and that way I'm not missing it when I check out, and then the cleaning people come in there, you ain't got to be, trifling. Let's be nice. And then he doesn't care. He just drop it, Even with her, he just dropped it on the floor. So you got yourself on the floor and your kids on the floor, and I'm just like, that's not cool. But with me, he didn't care. He just kept.
Real talk. Let me just say what he did was he left it inside.
Yeah. I had to excavate. And I'm like, yeah, something's wrong. You don't care. It made me feel like, damn your inside or whatever. Like, it's no respect. He has the utmost respect for the yoni, but you would keep going, pushing that further. It was sickening. And I was just like, God. Yeah, you're weird. You are weird. But that's the disrespect. That's you mean nothing. It doesn't matter what a man says out of his mouth. It's his actions.
It's his actions. Yeah, you're right.
Even coming in and going to it, he's not worried about if you are satisfied. He's not worried about how if you're comfortable. He's not worried about any of that.
Is he worried about if you're ready?
No. No, you better ready yourself because he's coming in crazy. He's not worried about any of that. And it's aggressive, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like your body there's no respect for there, and I didn't pay a lot of attention to it because I felt like he wasn't that guy. This is not a love thing, you know what I'm saying? It's not a baby love type, you know, it is what it is, but there should be some type of bedroom decorum or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's crazy. All this is crazy. Let's get back to the video. Here we go.
Brothers and sisters, but it gets worse. She told Pastor Bussy. And let me say,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to pause it. Every time he said, I can't help it.
I think he likes saying Pastor Bussy. It's like
I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. It's not.
You say it real fast. It's like Pastor Bussy.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I think that's why he told you. I think it's say it fast.
I ain't saying that shit fast. What you talking about? Where I come from, we don't do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's strange.
Damn. I'll rewind it. Let me see.
He likes saying it.
Evidently he does. It's weird. Listen, Umar been calling me gay since 2020. I'm not gay. Okay, and the thing is, I never lied on this guy. But he's lied on me on different levels, and this is one of them. But even still, if you're a heterosexual man, that does not come out of your mouth. Where I come from. Okay? Now, I don't know Umar's, he definitely had different upbringing. But I don't know maybe culturally where he's from or his homies, how they used to talk. I don't know. But where I come from.
Right.
So you should shut down your one-on-one consulting business or agency, and here's why. And you already know why.
Know maybe culturally where he's from or his homies, how they used to talk. I don't know. But where I come from, we didn't talk like that.
Not here either.
And here in 2025, I don't talk like that. And I don't expect any other heterosexual man to be talking, using those types of terms. I'm not going to allow it with my sons. If I hear anything like that, I'm checking them out away. It's a G check, as we used to call it. But Umar, for some reason, these types of terminology, and a lot of it is homoerotic, gay type of stuff, it flows so easily off of his tongue. That's not masculine.
And the fact he's not comfortable around masculine men is insane. That says a lot too. He's always around women. I don't think maybe he's been around enough men to figure out that men don't like hearing stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. And no disrespect to anyone who's in the LGBTQ community. No disrespect whatsoever. I'm just talking about how we were raised and how men operate in my family and beyond, homies that I've dealt with throughout all these years. We do not talk like that.
No.
Okay, we didn't, and we still don't. Okay? But Umar, he's, I don't know what it is. Let me rewind. I want to see how he said that real quick. Here we go.
Times, all of which, if I'm not mistaken, were during the first quarter of 2025. 3 times, and I'm in love with her. 3 times I want to marry her. 3 times I want her to have my baby. 3 times, and we were in a 2.5-year relationship. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, but it gets worse. She told Pastor Bussy.
I told you, sound just like it.
Damn. Because it don't even make any sense for him to be calling me pastor in the first place.
Something is wrong with that dude, man.
Dude, oh no, I do not.
Wait till the rest come out. I'm telling you, it is gonna make sense.
Hold on now. Don't say too much. We have time. This is going to be going on for a couple more months. we going to have you back soon.
Hold on.
Some things are just better together. Introducing U.S. Bank Business Essentials, a powerful combination of checking and card payment process.
What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. So, we seen Dr. Umar a couple days ago trying to con the people out of more money with this fake, bogus scam of trying to say his bank account been frozen and he have no assets, and begging the people to send him more money and more donations and things like that as a result of these lies. This dude is a fraud, man. I don't have respect for dudes like him, man. He need to be exposed. He need to be called out for his actions. He need to be really, really checked. I can't stand dudes like him. He is nothing but a disgrace to the black nation. He really is, man. That dude, man, try to use his blackness as a means to prey on the weakness of brothers and sisters, to try to use these intellectual words and put himself in a place of position of worship to be glorified, to make it seem as though he's trying to make a difference for the black community. When in reality, he's not. He's using that as a means to con and pimp and to hustle brothers and sisters, man. This dude is a fraud to the heart. Talking about he's a psychologist. This picture you see right here with this young lady who's facing bleeding, that's his daughter. That's his real biological daughter, who he hasn't been providing for, who he hasn't been taking care of, but always trying to give family advice, always trying to give advice about the black woman, and men need to be a part of their kid's life, and he ain't even a part of his kid's life, neither one of his daughters. This dude is a straight up fraud, man. You know what's so sad about this situation, man? This is one daughter right here. She literally struggled with mental issues. Psychologically, this little girl ain't even there like that, man. She not at all. Anybody with discernment can read that when dealing with this young lady. This young lady was talking about killing herself. This young lady was talking about how she feel unloved. This young lady is crying out for any type of attention from her father, and this idiot right here running around trying to pay his damn pussy bills, but at the same time neglecting his daughter who needed him. But you're a psychologist, and you can't recognize what's going on in your daughter's life, how hurt this young lady is, man. Well, all you have to do is just show up, man, and act like you give a damn. But he don't. She was jumped and attacked, stabbed in the face by some girls, and you knowing your daughter going through this, and you know psychologically, man, people can take advantage of her because she's not really mentally equipped. She all on Tommy Sotomayor and them show. You know something wrong with this girl mentally. She was on Tommy Sotomayor and them show. They calling her all type of bitches and hoes and tramps. And you knowledgeable of these things. And then you so damn weak and lame in what you do. You even try to call her out. How are you going to call this woman out when you know that psychologically she's mentally off balance? You know this. Anybody know this? You can see it in her eyes. You can see her mannerism. You can tell by her behavior. You can tell how she carry herself. Eyes are the window to the soul. Anybody know this girl ain't there mentally wise? You're a psychologist, you claim. You're a doctor, you claim. How you ain't giving it love and attention and this education you got of yours to your own damn child, but try to act like you want to give it to the rest of the world? No, it starts from the family first. The Bible said a man who don't provide for his own home work in an infidel. How you trying to talk knowledge and wisdom to everybody else when you lacking it from your own daughters? Then this cow was gonna make a statement talking about, oh, I tried to be in my daughter's life, but they mama and them stopped me from being in their life. if you don't shut your fake fraudulent ass up, what are you talking about? You sound dumb as hell. They mama can't stop you from being a part of their life if you really wanted to. Because you have rights as a father. That's the reason why we go to the court of law. We go to the court of law to stop things like that from happening. So you won't have to deal with the baby mamas if you really wanted to be a part of your baby life. You have to take care of those things on your own as a father, but that is your duties and responsibility. You want a way out to abandoning your, neglecting your responsibility. You're using the mamas as an excuse to do what you don't want to do anyway. That be a part of them young girls' lives. While you sitting around here tricking off with all these other women, priding yourself up in this fake ass name you done created for yourself, using it for sex, using it for donations, using it for friendships. You ain't nothing what you say to me, bro. I'm just keeping it real. I don't respect men like you. You are a terrible dude, man. You are a disgrace to the black nation. You are a failure. You are a failure. Try to make it seem like you actually about business. Won't even provide for your own seat. Got the young girl just out here being whored, being abused, and she your bloodline. And then you even attacking her. You even putting her out here just to try to make yourself look good. To take the light off you for what you failed to give to your own damn child. I don't respect dudes like him. I've been knew he was a fraud. I've been knew he was a fake. Anytime a man go against the Lord Jesus Christ, that right there is a character flaw. Because if you can go against your creator who loved you and died on the cross for you, who is anybody else?
Thank you.
When you're going against your own maker.
Thank you.
Man, get up out of here.
Thank you.
He a trick. That's all he is. He's a big trick. Anybody can see that. Anybody know that.
Right.
That's why you got the one lady coming out against him. And then he tried to fire back. Oh, her vagina stank. Yeah, you still was hitting it.
Exactly.
You still was eating it out.
Right.
Knowing it was so-called stinking.
Right.
Knowing it was nasty and filthy according to you. It still didn't stop you from keep hitting it and making her your damn girlfriend.
Right.
Because you trifling like that.
Right. Right.
Trifling like that. A low down, scandalous, nasty nigga. I'm just calling it like I see it, man. I don't have no respect for dudes like this, man. How could you be your own child like this, bro? Just got this young lady out here like this, man.
Right.
And all she wants you to do is just give a damn.
Right.
She lashing out, screaming out, because she know you her father.
Right.
It's sad when she go on the internet, cut it on and see you trying to act like you got love for the black community and the brothers and sisters, and speaking our fathers should be in their children's life, only for you to be a hypocrite of the very thing you so-called standing for.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't respect dudes like him.
Right.
He's a fraud.
Right.
Yeah, take it. Take it. Bang the gavel on your damn self. Oh. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Man, get out of here with that trash, man. This dude is a fraud to the heart. I can't stand dudes like him. I really can't. Trying to use your black skin as a way to get in. Only to try to see what you can get out of the black community. At the same time, hurting not only the black community, but you also hurting your own damn children. It always starts with your own first.
Right.
You do it to your own before you do it to others.
Exactly.
You start there first. That's why you're so used to now doing it to strangers, because you first did it to your own.
Exactly. Exactly.
You first did it to your own.
Exactly.
You're the true definition of a nigga.
Right.
You ain't no black man trying to wear all these African outfits. Man, that ain't nothing but a fraud.
Yep.
That ain't nothing but a fraud. Man, Africans don't even dress up like that. Anytime you gotta force yourself to stand out and try to look like coming to America, get your dumb ass out of here. You sound dumb as hell. Trying to dress up. You don't even know how to dress up like a proper African. Hell, how could you? You obese, your damn face, your damn skin hanging off your face, your damn, you stretching your damn skin out because you out larging your damn body.
I can't help it.
Hey, where's your boy, brother? What's up in this video? So we back on the Dr. Umar stuff, okay? In this video, alright, watch it to the end, because in this video we're going to talk about why Dr. Umar, and that's in the thumbnail on YouTube, or wherever you're watching this, going to explain why Dr. Umar, why his accounts are actually frozen, okay? And on this channel here, which I'm about to show you guys, is the MVMO channel on YouTube. Type in MVMO channel, you can see this full video. We're also going to bring up the different people that support Umar. I'm not talking about just his fans, I'm talking about the platform, the Breakfast Club, okay, Charlamagne the God, people like that, that bring Umar on continuously. Nick Cannon and his platform, okay? You know, like Nick Cannon, he has brought Umar on a variety of occasions, okay, to essentially give him a platform to lie, okay, to black people across the world. So let's just play on this video real quick, and then we're going to continue. Also, we're going to go into a video where they explain how Umar may be FBI informant, which is what I was saying for years. Okay, I was saying I believe that this man must work with the FBI because of the way he always is on no matter what he does. Okay, you really see these scammers always seem to be on some big platform. But let's just play this first, y'all. Let's go.
Description box if you got any questions about anything, okay? Well, what Umar never told his supporters, what thousands of those people have no idea, is this: that for the past 3 years, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania have been trying to get Umar to turn in certain documentation so that they could properly register his nonprofit school, the Frederick Douglass blah, 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 and he's failed to comply. They've actually sent him so many notices. Matter of fact, he received his first cease and desist from them in March of 2022. And in that particular cease and desist, they said to him, as of today, effective immediately, we demand that you cease and desist solicitation of any and all donations, gifts, they listed off all these things, in the name of this school nonprofit. They even said to him, you can't even do a fundraiser. You must turn in this. They listed off all these things. They also said to him, if we discover that you are soliciting, accepting donations in the name of this school, an investigation will be opened and you'll be subject to fines. They listed off a litany of things. Well, it appears they finally are doing that. They finally have opened up an investigation. You know, all of us understand that when you are collecting money in the...
So just for a quick moment here, just to say this. If you, and I'm trying to be as quick as possible. I remember some time ago I was watching this guy's channel. His name is I think it's something like Pocket Watch with JT. Okay, and he was going over Umar's in the schools, like I think tax records, something to that effect. There were some records regarding the school, and he was explaining how Umar did not report a simple form. Okay, and I was thinking to myself like, why would he not report that? And JT was like, look, this is from my mistake, it was JT, the Pocket Watch, okay, on YouTube. He was saying, you know, he could have easily reported this, but he didn't. And the reason why he doesn't report a lot of this stuff, see what she's talking about, he was talking about PA and how they were telling him essentially, you can't keep on saying that you're a nonprofit, that you're registered, when you're not. But you're essentially soliciting funds from people. When the school's not registered, we're asking you to fill out simple stuff and you won't do that. And the reason why he doesn't do it is because he doesn't want the school to open. It's as simple as that. He does not desire for the school to open. It's all a scam. It's all a scam, y'all. And I simply believe that he may be working with the FBI. Because I remember the first time I thought that he worked with the FBI was when I started noticing he started coming against Obama a lot. I was like, what did Obama do now? I know those guys didn't like President Obama when he became president. But I was like, the way he was coming down, I was like, man, that's just crazy timing. You know what I mean? It was like, I noticed that a lot of people and I'm not saying Obama's perfect, I'm saying there's a lot of people that I noticed that they've been doing this in the community that will always be against them. And I used to think to myself, you know what, if he was if the the FBI wants somebody to attack leaders, he'd be the first person because he's doing it all the time for free. Well, let's continue with this first video tomorrow today.
Name of a nonprofit that you actually don't have, that is fraud, is illegal. Which, as they said to him in that first cease and desist, you are opening up yourself to all types of levies if they find out that you're doing that. And I happen to know, without telling you how I know, there are many of the women that he actually used, took advantage of. They took some of those videos that he uploaded of him sitting in some car soliciting donations in the name of that school. They sent copies of those videos to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I mean, going back to as far as 2021 they did. So they have proof that he has violated everything that they asked him not to do. He did the opposite. He did what they asked him not to do. And so what appears to have happened is this. They escalated the situation after his failure to comply. And so they opened up an investigation and they saw that he was soliciting donations in one account in the name of that school, transferring that money to his own personal accounts. And so they froze both accounts.
Hold on. We got some more about Dr. Umar. Watch this.
Peace and love. Come on in. Let's get into it. So I wanted to dive back. I want to go back a little bit. Back when Umar had got in a situation with the woman they called the conscious stripper. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all remember that. This happened like maybe 10 plus years ago. Maybe 10 years ago exact. I'm not sure. But I wanted to get into this because you kind of see a pattern here with Umar and these women. And my thing is, I mean, I feel like Umar will want a wife. Like, you know, when at the time when he was saying he was searching for 2 wives and all that. And it might have been very well so, but I think he kind of used that as a catapult to kind of lead these women on that he know, that was after him pretty much. Like, and I feel like it's one of those things where Umar is getting these donations from these women, right? It's because it's more so women that's donating more than men are, and women are just attracted to men who are in a position of some sort of power, some sort of influence, and I can understand that. But my thing is with Umar is, I don't feel like Umar is going to settle down with a woman for the simple fact that he has so many women supporters. The women supporters would kind of drop off if Umar was actually settle down with the 2 wives or whatever he decides to get married and settle down with. Then the women supporters that he had was going to kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Because they only watch him for the simple fact of, them being attracted to him and so on and so on. So I wanted to go back into the conscious stripper, right? The situation that happened, because you kind of see a pattern here with Umar with these chicks, right? So before we get into the chick, I wanted to get into this interview that he did with Vlad TV, speaking on the situation with the conscious stripper. So shout out to Vlad TV. This is an interview he did with Dr. Umar, I think maybe a few years back. And I think this might have been like maybe 7 or 8 years ago he did this interview. But I wanted to get into this. So smash that like button, man. And let's go ahead and get into this.
Well, you had a situation a while back where this woman who called herself the conscious stripper, I guess put you on blast. Like, what was that whole situation about?
It's a whole situation. It was a sister that I met. Okay, very beautiful. I met her down in Florida, Marcus Garvey celebration. I was the keynote. My Rastafari brothers hosted the event. Ironically, you're asking me this because I was just in Jamaica 2 weeks ago to keynote the Marcus Garvey celebration, and the same brothers brought me there. Shout out to Priest Dougie. And so I met her. I was signing books and taking pictures at the end of my lecture. I think it was Black History Month or Kwanzaa. It was 2014. And she waited by the side for me. Very beautiful woman with her son. Came up after. You know, she introduced herself, said, I'm a homeschooling mom. I'm trying to start a homeschooling network. I love what you do. And I'm from Philly. I said, for real, you from Philly? I'm from Philly. She says, yeah. I said, well, you come up. Let's connect. Which we did. And then on May 17th, the anniversary of the Brown versus Board of Education Supreme Court decision, I'm at a graduation for a friend of mine, Spelman College, down in Atlanta with her family. And all of a sudden, social network went crazy. And to this day, and of course that was 2 years ago, but to this day, I still don't know what the motive was. We never had an argument. I don't know why that happened to this very day. I don't know if she was sent to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, but that kind of didn't. It ain't slow. It ain't slow Brother Umar now. Brother Umar, you know what I'm saying? That ain't slowing down with that situation. You know what I mean? And you think, you know, you kind of would learn your lesson from, you know what I mean, from these type of situations, man, because you don't know who is who. You don't know where, you know, there's no somebody trying to get you, set you up or something. But I feel like that, like, you know, being as though these women be coming after them, you gotta be careful what you doing out here, bro. And you can't be getting these women and promising them shit, and then, you know, and then, you know, kind of like just not follow through on what you gonna follow through on. I mean, I know shit happens and all that, but it seemed like this brother ain't really learning his lesson from dealing with these women, man. You know what I mean? And being as though you're in a position that you're in, going, you know, around the country and speaking at these different functions and all that. Of course, you know, the women supporters is gonna show up, man. You know what I mean? So
If there was something I did that she felt disrespected her, I don't know what the motive is to this day, you know, but it happened, and it made me even more, quote-unquote, paranoid about getting to meet women, because you never know what they're going to do the day after they meet you.
see?
Yeah. I mean, I guess one of the things that I guess she claimed was that you had lost a $1 million donation from
I did, and I can tell you that.
Oh, so that's actually true.
Oh, it's very true. It's very true. I was contacted by a relative of one of our top 5 NBA basketball players. Okay, I don't want to call his name because I really appreciate him even considering to do this, given who I am. And we were in talks for a couple of weeks, talking back and forth. He know about you. We got the book. We moving. That whole thing dropped with her. I'm in Washington, D.C.
So we're gonna stop right here, okay, for her video. You know, when she says he never told them, she's talking about Umar telling his followers, okay? Because PA, the state that I live in, I live in Philadelphia, where Umar is from, okay? PA, okay, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. PA said, listen, stop that, Umar, like I said earlier. And she's saying that Umar wanted to stop, and he got a cease and desist. Basically, the state saying it's almost like copyright infringement. They're basically saying, look, like, stop infringing on our state by our state's proof, essentially, by saying that you have something that you don't have. You put the money or something that essentially by doing this is fraud. Okay, it's like me saying I have a non-profit or whatever LLC and I don't have one, and the PA can see that. Okay, and I'm going online and everywhere asking for money in cash, when they can say, look, that's not true, that's a lie, that's fraud. Because what Umar has been doing for many years is fraud. Okay, I'm not saying I don't like him. I have nothing against Umar. I wish everyone would be successful. But what he has been doing is fraud in the highest and most obvious degree, which is another reason why I used to always say I think that this dude works with the FBI. Because there's no way you could be doing this for over 10 years. Okay, at least with the school law, he's got the building in 2019, but he was trying to get money for the building years before that. I think it started in 2013 earlier. Okay, saying he wanted to start a school, he was collecting money for years. It's 2025 right now. Okay, coming to the end of this. Past the half point of this year we are at this point, okay? Up to 25, and he's been collecting money for all of these years for this supposed school, all right? And it's been all essentially fraud. Why? Because you say, well, he wanted to do it. Doesn't matter if he wanted to do it. He did not take the steps to make it happen. He has a building which actually weighs against him. Which has to weigh against him. He got the building, and it makes it seem like he's try. He does it because he has the building, but he won't do the basic things to set it up. Because the building is nothing more than a piece of the con. Okay, I remember years ago these guys were trying to con me in Philadelphia somewhere near the L, and they had a stack of money. It was like a roll of money. It was like all this money. Most of it probably was prop money, but the money on the outside was real. And this guy was trying to con me. All right, when I realized he was trying to treat me as left, I said, I see what you're talking about. This is fake, okay? The guy acted like he needed help with something, and he said he was gonna give me some money. But as I talked to him and saw something in his eye, I said, okay, I see what's going on. He's trying to trick me. He's trying to con me. And the money that he had in his hand was nothing more than a piece of the con. That's what that building is. Okay, those abandoned buildings that he has in Delaware, in Wilmington, Delaware, they're only a piece of the con. That's all they are. They were never meant for people to actually be in those buildings. Okay. This woman said something very telling and very important in this video. She says, you're going to turn around, you're going to hear that Umar has been arrested. Okay, and of course, like for example, you watch this video of him on Pink Kong Conscious, go in there and see the video where he's saying, my money has been frozen, XYZ, and this and that, I can't touch it. He actually says something important. He's a liar, I gotta say that. But a lot of times he'll say, I'll say it, skilled liars, what they do is they'll say pieces of the truth within their lives. So a person tries to figure out the truth, can't tell if he's lying or not, or he or she's lying or not, because they have pieces of the truth scattered about. Okay. Now, when Umar said his accounts were frozen, I believe that is true. But he said one thing in there I believe was an absolute lie. If you remember, he said, watch the video, he says, brothers and sisters, they basically asked me, I think he came out and said straight up, look, they told me the reason why they were freezing my account was not because of any suspicion of fraud on my account, on my end. That's what he was saying. I believe that was a lie. Okay. Or it's possible that they were trying to hide. I think they saw that they were because they had suspicion of it. Or if they did it, was they didn't tell me just because they didn't want him to know.
As soon as I read the donation, they came and said the kids are ready. I couldn't even get out my seat. I had to take about 5-10 minutes to get myself ready. I was about to cry. I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna cry. I just lost $1 million because of bad decisions. Now, there's the chance that they wasn't going to give me the money and simply use that as an excuse. That's always a possibility. Be that as it may, the bottom line was, I would have never even known if that was the truth had this never happened. So it did cost me the $1 million donation. I was this close. And that dropped right before they was going to make the decision. One of the most unfortunate things about I'll never forget it because of when I find out, right before I go talk to some young people. And that's when I saw it. I wish I never checked that text right there because it messed my whole day up.
Hey man, you got you step in, Larry. Alright, that's the video, the interview he did on Vlad TV. So shout out to Vlad TV. Alright, we're going to switch back. We're going to switch back to, oops, my bad, y'all. Let me share this again. We're going to switch back to the conscious stripper speaking out on Dr. Umar. Alright. Alright, this is on the channel called Danny's World. I posted this, so let's go ahead and get into it.
So understand that there will be more Umar Johnsons popping up, okay? This is the reason why cults exist. They have been existing for years, and they will continue to exist because you just have to accept the fact that you have those people who need something from those leaders, whether it's to be led, to feel loved, whatever. The same reason people join gangs, Some people are just not psychologically strong enough to lead themselves. So they will always seek somebody to lead for them, to think for them. So these people will always exist. I like to call them the more vulnerable of our group. And as the strong ones, it is our job to protect those who are more vulnerable, okay? We protect them by being vigilant. When we see wrongdoing happening, we have to have the courage to speak out, the courage to do something about it, so that those who are not as strong are protected. If you want to talk about looking out for one another, that's just how it is, period. You have that even amongst different species where they will look after the weaker ones. And we're no different. We need to do the same thing, which is why I felt compelled to come out and say something, because like myself, there were plenty of other single moms out there hoping that this school would happen, waiting for to fix it so this does not happen to us again, so that this does not keep happening to us. And our whole history dated all the way back. You keep going further and further back. What happened to us? Where did we go wrong? We continue to allow ourselves to be bamboozled, basically, and it's a ongoing thing with us. We just, when will we learn that we need to stop and address this situation? We need to build strong minds, and we need to put certain things in place so that these type of things cease to exist, so that we're not the group that's always being bamboozled. Because Umar's done, okay? Umar's just washed up. He's never gonna be Marcus Garvey or Malcolm X. You know, he's never going to be, regardless of what happened. Nobody even had to bring any information up on Umar. Umar, he was going to reveal himself anyway. That was going to happen. He was definitely going to self-destruct. So I saw this, and this is essentially what he did. So it's really not even an issue of even attacking him, because he's done for, okay? Now the next Umar is looking up like, okay, I'm going in for the kill. Now I want to be Umar, us how to spot frauds.
Like I said, man, you niggas gotta stop looking to be getting led by niggas, man. You niggas conscious niggas be trying to lead the people and all that. F all that. You gotta lead yourself. Do all the research yourself to be, be self-sustainable out here. You know what I mean? Figure ways to make sure you and your family good. As far as trying to look for a leader and all that shit, that's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really haven't gotten nowhere with people trying to follow behind one man and all that. Nah. You can, it's alright to get inspiration from people and get, but other than that, strictly following a person, then nah. You do your own research and you lead your own household. You know what I'm saying? That's simple and plain.
People who are here to deceive us and exploit us and take advantage of us. That's the real issue here. That's what needs to be addressed here, so that we are not taken by the next Umar Johnson, so that we are more what's the word I'm looking for? We're more stringent on what it takes for us to be led by somebody. Not that we need to be led by anybody. We shouldn't even be looking for that. But if we're going to allow somebody in our group or in a hierarchy of what we're trying to do, they need to be primed. They need to be built by us, chosen by us. So we cannot continue to accept people just because they raise their fists and say black power, just because their skin color is black, brown.
Niggas need to get out that era, man. This ain't the 60s, 70s, and niggas need to get out that era, man. Because in the route we going with that shit is like past tense. You know what I mean? It's about
They didn't tell him that because they didn't want him to know. Okay. But at the end of the day, even if that was the case, Umar knows what's going on. Okay, he knows what's going on. He knows what he's been doing. And if anyone, a criminal and a scammer, can feel the heat, they can tell. It's like they can sense when they have a sucker in front of them. They can sense when they're about to be the sucker. They can sense when the heat is. When they can sense when it's getting hot out, when it's getting hot around them. And I think Umar can sense that. That's why he's asking y'all to send him money through PayPal, which he can get even without a bank account. If he has a PayPal card, he can just get the money sent right to him that way to prepare for what he's about to endure. And I don't feel sorry for him because he's been scamming people for years. Now, let's move to the next video. It's a video that Lynn and Honor put up. Okay, I'm trying to make the video short, y'all. And we're going to talk about how he put a video of someone talking about how they saw Umar with some stuff that made it appear like he actually is working with the FBI, and they were gonna pull up some stuff, and we're gonna talk about the folks that have been supporting real quick. We'll be out of here, okay? Like the content, make sure to comment and please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, like the content, support Real Western. Let's go.
Yeah. But yeah, one thing she said though that really got my attention was that one time he was doing some type of paperwork and had his papers out on her kitchen table, and she thought she saw an FBI folder, and he immediately put it, away as if to see it, and she kind of like, did I see what I just saw? But she never confronted him on that. And so we would talk about that, like, do you think he an informant? You think he an agent? Or could it be that was researching Kumtel Pro, right? And that he was just doing the research on how, they take the...
No, he wasn't doing no research. Okay.
Welcome back to Papa John's. Quarter pound of beef and that sweet tangy burger sauce tastes better on our original dough made with 6 simple ingredients. You don't need a bun when you got a Papa John's pizza. Archie.
I'm gonna go ahead and in this video shout out to Winston's channel, Troy Winston, and the other brother, and the other brother before that, I think it's Brian Tribe. I forgot his channel, but shout out to their channels and lend an honor. So here's my thing. Here's my take on it. When it came to the intimacy between the man and the woman, we all have our relationships with women, right, as men. And most real men don't go talk about their personal, forget that in depth, as far as sexual explicit with women. I know I never did that. I mean, you talk about the relationship you have, but you don't really go all in depth. I got friends who are married and some friends who are single, and they've been with women like myself, and they don't even talk about their sex life like that. I mean, Umar is just an immature individual. He's not a real man like the one brother said he's not. And I don't know, he's a grown 50-year-old man that has a mindset of a 20-year-old. That's what it sounds like to me. He never really grew up. And he's trying to sound like he's mature, but look how his actions. He's not really a thorough man. I mean, look how the way he treats women. And look how the way, if they don't comply with them, he put them on the spot and put their business out there, like he did with this one woman. He's a nasty, con human being, and then like the woman that talks with honor, he has a big mouth. He don't know when to shut up. He just tells everything online. He tells all his business, and that's why everybody keeps a record of what he says. And start with Leonard Arnold on down. It's like there's numerous of people that have kept record on what he said back 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. And he's still trying to make like he's nothing. And then you got the silly ass people who still follow him, that they don't do no research and don't do no self-thinking. It seems like, what do these people keep talking about? And it is really severe when you have people that act like the cult to follow someone like that. I mean, because you see what happened with Polite. I mean, you see that he had a cult following. He even had six wives. He started with this anti-black rhetoric and ended up later on. It's like, next thing you know, you look at him 2 years later, he's with some white women. So it's a sham. It's a come up. And then he went, not only did that, he ran across the country, came here in Ohio, and claimed that he was part of a project in Columbus here, that the owners of these housing things, this is Polite did this, and try to put some scam, and they had to go and tell on social media he was not a part of it, and Umar operates the same way. He came here to the Columbus to the Black Expo. I didn't want to see him, because I think he's a joke. And anybody that takes any of his rhetoric seriously, look at the fruit that this man has caused. I mean, his own daughter is wigging out. And like the guy said, how can he give you advice on your children when he don't even take care of his own? That's what I've been saying. The same thing, probably me and countless of other people don't have a really great platform. How can someone sit there and tell you something and they're not doing what they are, and they talk a whole lot of mess and just give you what your ear tickle, whatever you want to hear, but you see that their business is on the internet. You see that their business is on YouTube. You see that their business is on Instagram. You see that his personal business is on Facebook. And for a grown man, you have grown men telling us, "Hey man, you need to get off your ass and go and get a job." You know, and stop running to somebody and asking for it. If that was something that, how come you didn't check with your family? Maybe somebody can lend you the money. Why are you coming to complete strangers? Number two thing is about it is he trying to think that he think black people. Sometimes you have black people like to think that other black people can't put two or two together when it came to this banking situation. You know, and I think he messed with certain low vibrational people. That's why he could pull this on, because he uses psychologists and learned some craftiness and manipulation, and with psychology and all that to manipulate the people, and people falling for it. You know, and that's what some of these women fell for it. But now, you know, you see what he do. He's not and what woman would want to be with a man that sit up there and talk about another woman like that? And as a woman, if I would ask the women who found him appealing, what appealing does that? You think he's gonna treat you any better? I mean, talking about a woman's personal body. Well, when you have sex, like most of us have done or have been doing, you gonna smell whatever. It's like you run around, you run. You go, eventually you take a shower. It probably was a situation like that, and when the heat of the moment of intimacy, a smell, maybe some people got that release an odor. I mean, that's just common sense. But you have to get all nasty and explicit with it. And he's just he's a foul individual. And I don't see how anybody find him appealing or whatsoever. But as men, even men with children don't have no respect for him. He don't have no respect. And by doing that, he embarrassed himself. You got about 20, 30 people mocking him what he just did. And he don't even get it. That man have no shame. Like, I couldn't even do something like that. As a grown ass man, 50-something-year-old man, I'm on there begging somebody. After, you know, you could, like the two brothers were saying, you could how do we know you could take some of that money from that account and you could have some money put away, so when something happens, why you have to run to the internet? And really it's a lot of people's fault for sitting up there and giving them all that money for his useless information. The one guy was saying that he was talk about homosexuality and said that, and I like what he said, that there was no proof that what he said about the diagnosis of homosexuality, it wasn't even proven. He just ran off about something like that. They have no documentation or anything to show that people who are in the LGBTQ community suffer with this. And he just based off of him. And now the young lady that his daughter is LGBTQ, and now she has some conditions, which that's her business, and that's what she identifies now. But but as a father, whether or not that's regardless, as a father, he's useless. And as a husband, he would be useless. And all he thinks about, I mean, one was telling about look how he handled intimacy with a woman. And what woman will find that appealing? And he's sitting up there and telling women, well, you can ask all the women I've dated. Do men ever some men like him ever think about this? If as a man, and I'm trying to meet a woman particularly to be my wife, wouldn't that send a signal to the woman that I don't want to be with him. He's been with all these women. I don't even know if he mentally can have a relationship because you show that you're not trustworthy, and you can't give her. If she give her all, her body, her energy, her nature, her feminine nature, and everything to you, this is the way you're gonna treat her. And so, and particularly, especially if she choose you to be a husband, and she looking for you to be a man and step up as a man. All women from all walks and races of life will want this out of a man. And last thing, they don't want to see their man up there bragging, talk about, yeah, I got women all over the world. Da 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 da. That don't impress a real woman who wants to settle down. A woman that got her senses together. A woman who can contribute, can help you in other areas, right, besides the bedroom. Too bad he's not mature enough to understand that. You know, and then he acts like a grown child trying to put this woman on the spot. This woman took care of his mother, and he didn't take care of it. He don't take care of the women in his life. So what makes you think he gonna take care of you? And this is a woman ever come across the video. Look what kind of look at the fruit. If he don't do his own kids like kids, if he don't check, he ain't no fight for his own kid. That's been proven. Because why? He puts his business on the internet. He tells everything. Even the woman that's talking to Leonard Honor told him that he got too big of a mouth. He tells everything. If his butt itching, he got to tell everybody. I mean, he got to tell everything. Like he got filmed every time to do everything, just to see. Like he's always, like he said, always beating his face and shit stuff. Right on line. But anyway. But yeah, if that's what type of, it goes to show you, if a woman that kind of fall for a man like Umar, but for us regular men, good men out there, you might as well find your woman overseas that got some sense, that can offer you much more. If we don't have enough good women here that can see through this crap and lay down, and he don't even take care. You're talking about he want 2 wives. Well, what? And he can't take care of the women in his own right because he feel like he's pumped up his own mind to be some mythical leader, made up an own name for himself. But anyway, but look at the accomplishment you can have, and this is what you want to follow, keep funding this too. But hey, for the people, there's gonna be dumb people out there that are gonna keep following this, and it's sad that you'll have some people keep giving money to him. That's the sad thing about it. Anyway, y'all, what kind of world we live in? Anyway, take care, be blessed, and don't, and like they said, just don't, like the woman was saying, you gotta hold people accountable for what they do. Don't just because they have the same skin color, they talk all this black stuff, man, what have they done? Show the fruit. And smart people and smart leaders have people around them. Not they don't just do it for themselves and beat on their chest. But as long as you keep catering to a person with that kind of ego, that's what kind of results you're gonna get. And if you're gonna keep supplying that, you're gonna keep flying all over the world on your money. Now this exposure should tell you something right there. That's the Most High telling you what kind of person he is. But you'll find some dumbass people keep supporting him. Alright then. I was alright, you don't need to go off. Alright then, take care, be blessed. See you on the next video. Like and subscribe. Take care. And be careful who you give your money to. Be blessed.